Hi, welcome to the Improved Garage YouTube channel. So I've got a new product here that I'm going to unbox on camera, and this is something I haven't been this excited about something for quite a while. So I've talked in the past about my my audio system. So I'm using a pair of Emotiva B1 Plus bookshelf speakers. I have a SVS SB1000 subwoofer, and I'm driving all of that with a Blue Sound node, which is providing power through this currently a Emotiva A2. And that A2, you know, I unboxed that on camera a couple of months ago. I talked about it when I got it, what it was for. I purchased it for my living room, and that's where it belongs. And the reason it's out here is because I've struggled to get volume and clarity out of these speakers with other amplifiers. So I purchased a Emotiva A100, which is a 50 watt by 2, it's a small amp. And that just wasn't cutting it. It lost clarity when I cranked it up. It didn't have enough volume or enough loudness, or just, I don't know. It wasn't there when you turn it up. And then I found an Integra ADM 2.1, which was different. Not better, not worse, but different. So eventually I pulled the A2 out of my living room and put that out here, and you know, that's been out here for quite a while, and it actually sounds pretty good. So I decided to try something else as a more permanent option here, and I strongly considered getting some products from NAD, but I ended up deciding on this amplifier from Schiit. So I've talked before about Schiit products. I have a Schiit Modi, I have a Schiit Loki, I have a Schiit Magni, which are like a DAC and a EQ and some other headphone amplifier, stuff like that. And Schiit makes really, really nice products. They make them in Texas and in California. And this is what they call a Schiit vidar, V-I-D-A-R. This amplifier is a 2-channel amp. It is 100 by 2 at 8 ohms, and it is 200 by 2 at 4 ohms, 400 by 1 at 8 ohms, because you can turn it into a monoblock. So I think that this is going to work really well for these Emotiva speakers. And I think eventually I might have to just go bigger on the speakers and do something a little bit larger than these B1s. The B1s sound fantastic. They're just not, I mean, they're small. They're a 5 1/4 inch speaker. So I might end up going to like a Dynaudio Evoke 20 or something like that. But let's talk about this. So here's what it looks like. So we've got the vidar. On the front of it, it's metal. You know, there's a metal perforated steel section and a top steel section. On the side, it's nothing but heatsink. Literally both sides of this are heatsink. And if you're looking for information on this thing, Schiit actually does a video where they show the manufacturing of this from start to finish. It's pretty cool. But this is all heatsink. It's a big metal chassis, and then there's a metal cap that goes in the top. The binding posts are super nice. It's got a single power connector on the back. There are 2 RCAs for left and right, and then there is an XLR. If you're doing mono, you would use the XLR, and this would be your plus and your minus for that mono connection. Like I said, it's 400 by 1 at 8 ohms in mono configuration. And it honestly weighs a ton. It's super heavy. This is a Class AB amplifier. I tend to like those. They use a little bit more power, and they tend to be a little bit warmer, but they tend to sound a little bit better and to be a little bit warmer overall. Like from a sound signature, a little bit more bass, a little bit more clarity, and a little bit more power handling when you're really driving the speakers before they start to clip or cut out. I also picked up a PYST cable from Schiit. I think that it stands for plug your stuff together or something like that, put your stuff together. So this is a 2-meter RCA cable. They have two different companies that make cables for them. One is Snake Oil and the other one is Straight Wire. So this is the Snake Oil one. It has like these nice metal ends on it. They're Rean RCA ends, R-E-A-N, and they're made out of this nice oxygen-free copper 24 gauge Somer cable. And I think these are super nice. I'm just going to use these to swap out. I'm using like an Amazon basic cable right now. And honestly, I don't think they're going to make a big difference, but those cables aren't expensive enough for me to care. They're not like a set of Audio Quests that I spent $300 on. They're like 30 bucks. They're just not incredibly expensive, but they're very well made and very nice. So here's the vidar. We are going to get it plugged in, get it powered up. I'm going to spend a little bit of time listening to it, and then I will let you know what I think. One thing that you might be wondering is how much it weighs. I'm wondering how much it weighs. On my shipping scale, this thing weighs in at 22 pounds, so it's definitely not light. Seems very, very well made, very durable, very nice. So I'm excited to hear it and see how it sounds. I'm going to let it break in. I'm going to play it against my Emotiva amplifier. I'm going to see the differences. The Emotiva is also a Class AB design, and we'll see which one I like better.